And Josh Cassick coming you here for another video. And today, well, I'm going to be showing you my app that I've been building. This is going to be awesome. So, basically, for starters, before I actually show you, the app that I'm building is a multi-view controller escape room game, which basically means that there are many rooms, and basically you have to find objects and escape the room in order. And basically, the game is meant for school, like education, and so each room has a word, and there are a total of 24 rooms. Well, no, there's 25 rooms, but there's 24 words. You basically have to memorize these words' definitions, because those definitions are the key to escaping the room. Now, originally I was done with the app a while back. Well, not that while, but I was finished with it and got some reviews saying there should be more to it. And so I've been doing that, and I only got like 5 done, completed with extra stuff to it to make it more fun. So like I said, each word has its own room, with one exception. One word has kind of 2 definitions, so I made a view controller or a room for each of them. Now, if you don't know only people who know code understand what a view controller is. So I'm only saying that for the people who actually know code, because that view controllers will probably go right over your head for people who don't understand code. But really, view controllers are just basically the area where your code goes. Basically, you have a view, which is what the actual app looks like, and then each of those views have a view controller, which the view controller you put code in, which controls what happens in that view. Just simply put it. Besides the rooms, there are an area where you once you complete, you go to that area. There's a menu, and then there's the opening view controller, which basically when you open the app, like, it'll go right to that. And basically that is how I did it. This class is for freshmen mostly, because District 214, I don't know if other districts have this same class, but there's a class in the district called written oral communication. It's an English class. It's the first one, and basically these are the words you find in there, and I started building it during that time. So I'm a sophomore now, so it's like the second semester. So I wouldn't say it's been a year yet since I've been building this app, but it is close, because I started this freshman year, second semester. But I think it was like late, almost the end. So I've been working on it for that long. But it's almost been a year, and I almost was done with it, but I'm not now. And yeah, like I said, I was almost done. So basically, the app is even though it's also escape room, a lot of escape rooms are like 3D-ish, but this app is not. It's basically it's a 2D basic flat. It looks kind of it's in some cases it has a little bit of that, but it's more of like a two. Some parts have 3D. Some of the objects have a little bit of 3D-ish to them, but it is not like it is pretty much just straight forward, flat 2D kind of thing. So I did my best with that because the software that is used to create this is quote I don't think they fully have it grasped yet, but what software I'm using is Xcode, which is an Apple product. It's for Mac stuff, computers and things like that. And I think they do have a 3D function to it, but I haven't learned that, and neither does the teacher who taught this. She only knows like a certain amount, and so I guess it's still learning. But software is called Xcode, and it uses Swift, and it is really interesting. But that's only for people who know codes and stuff like that. Myself, I'm not even much of a coder. In fact, I really had a problem freshman year when I took the class. I was not good at it, and the test we took on it, I was bad. Like I did like I'm a visual learner, but in this case, visual really meant like hands-on and not quizzes, because I'm like when I learn things, like I write them down, like we do notes, it's like it gets into my head and then I don't need to study because I already know the knowledge. That's why I never study in my entire life. I've never studied. Maybe just a little bit, but it wasn't that much. And I still get good grades. But I'm not here to brag about my stuff. But I'm just saying, like, my experience with this is different than any classes I have. And I wouldn't say I'm a coder. At least not on paperwork, but in actual designing, maybe. But I mean, I only know like basic stuff, or basically what the teacher has taught. That's pretty much what I have. But so yeah. But in those escape room games, there's usually dragging or there's actual things, but I don't have that. It's pretty much just buttons. You click. There's a message box giving you information. It's kind of a hint, but you really have to look at it and really what it's saying, because there actually are hints in those message boxes, but they're not. Some could be easy. I'm not saying that there is possibility, but most of them you have to really think about it, like really think on what they're saying, and some of them are just say, "Oh, hey, you forgot something," or something like that, and you're like, wait, what? And then you have to go in, try and figure that out. Like, they're not, some are just, like, messages, or you have to really think on what they're saying, but it's really, from the reviews, they said it should be more, but it is fun, and, but, I don't know, once I'm finished with it, the teacher that I work with, she's still trying to figure out how to get onto the App Store, because there are videos on it, but here's the thing, like, you have to have license. Now, I'm pretty sure the school has license, but, I mean, I don't know if the teacher really knows that, and it's really hard to think about. There's a lot of information on that, but hopefully, once I'm done with this, hopefully maybe by the end of this year, if not next year I could get it maybe on the App Store. And now I know freshmen now at my school, I don't know about other schools, it could be around through every school district, but I know they can't download apps, so I don't honestly know how it's gonna work out. But this app is supposed to be really helpful. And each room still kind of involves like the themes and stuff of the word you're trying to find, but it's I think it will be very helpful, and that's what it's meant to be. Now let's really look at this app here, shall we? Okay, so here we are. Now on the left here is all the view controllers here. These are basically all the these are the views, basically what each view has, and stuff that's where they keeps track of each. And then on the right of the in the middle here is the views. There, you can't really see all of them. Now this I didn't talk about earlier. This is just a navigation, let's see here. I forgot what that was. I forgot what that was again, but most apps have it. At least that's what my teacher said. I didn't really think it's all that important because it really doesn't do anything with my app. I mean, it really is useless. I don't know. She told me to do it, but I really don't get the point of that because my app doesn't even use it. I think settings on your iPad uses that for sure, but this app doesn't, so it's really kind of pointless. But here are pretty much all the views here, and these lines you see here are the connections between each of the apps, each view. Yeah, so those are the connections. Like if there's a button you press on one view and it goes to the next. Now here are here is one of the view controllers, morph, which is the first one, which is this blue one here, and this is the code. Now here is the you can go into like the views and take an object. This is where you edit them. You edit your size or anything, pretty much. You edit that there, and then you can also see the connections it has, like the connections between another view or the connection to the code here. Basically, those are the only connections you see all the connections each object has. Here is all the objects you can place onto your view, and you edit them how you want them. This is the images you put in the app. So my app is definitely image-based, images and buttons. Like you click on things, you don't drag things, you don't do anything like that. It's all pretty much buttons and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what you do. And there are images. You could put images on buttons. So basically, objects could be buttons, or buttons can just be words, which I have both in this app. So you definitely have to watch out for that, definitely, for sure, if you ever play it or not. These I don't know what these are for. I've never used them. Down here is pretty much all you need. Well, You don't really need the image thing. This just shows you the images you have. I've never really done anything with that. It's mostly this. Let's see. Because here is the button that you pull. Like, this is pretty much all you need. This adds more views here. And you can also edit views in this section as well. I forgot to say that. But pretty much all you need. This Xcode has everything you possibly need. Now when you go into the app, the app is called the Walk Vocab game, which you probably written oral communication, WOC, vocab game, and then this is the main menu button. But if you're wondering, this is the I made this using Paint 2 down here, and I use Paint 2 to edit my images, and then I put them in the app that what I need. This is also my this is the app's icon, like just not the extra blue, but this thing. This in itself is basically the icon, not the main. Just see where the endpoints of the gray and the white, that's where it ends. So when you actually download the app, the colors might be different because I coded the color in here instead of in the code I might coded the color so it looks different than what is on the view. But basically this is the introduction, talking about the app and stuff, and these are the words and their definition, and the definition you need to figure out. Now in class you can memorize that, but the app also gives you an option to memorize the definitions before you get in. Then you press next view, and then once you solve that, and the next until it gets you in order here. Now I'll show you this room because the other rooms are going to be kind of different because of objects moving around and stuff. But now this is basically what this room will look like. Like, this is like the fourth one. Yeah, so this is the fourth one you will find, and when this actually appears, you won't see the white boxes here, or the check mark, or this key. These will all be, because once you figure out the answer, you will once you figure out the answer, you will you just type it out here, press check answer, and you get the key. But basically when you first get into the app, this here will be gone. You won't see that. You won't see this check mark. You won't see this key. So pretty much all you see is the room, like the objects in the room, and then this button here, this text here, this word pond. This thing right here you won't see, but the red thing in the back you will see. The hint you won't see either, but pretty much everything else you will see. And it's pretty much it that I can show you. Now I would run it, but I don't want to give you too many hints. Because if I did, then you could use this video to cheat your way through the app, and well, I really don't want you to do that. So, I mean, yeah, of course I already gave you the definitions here, I showed you them, but I might actually cut that out or blur that so that I won't give you much hints, because I really don't want you to use this video to hack your way through the game. Like, oh, you know what? The guy who created this made a video on it, and so I'm going to use it to cheat the game. But no, I'm not going to allow you to do that. So you're not going to be able to use this video to cheat your way through the game once I put it on the App Store, once I'm finished with it. So, but from that point, you pretty much I told you everything I could really tell you. So, well, alright, that's it for this video. Please turn my next video. Thank you. Goodbye.